Hey everybody, hope you're all doing great and staying healthy. I miss you all a lot and hope that we can get back in class soon. We are going to look at Habit 5 this week, so if you have your books, you can get those and follow along if you want to. I hope you liked the little choose your own activity things. We'll probably do another one or two of those depending on the timeline of this all as the weeks progress. Okay, so Habit 5 starts on page 164 if you have your book. If you don't, that's fine. We're going to read everything that you need to know. So Habit 5 is called Seek First to Understand and Then to Be Understood. And so it's all about communication, and there's lots of dialogue to read. So to help me along with that process, I thought I'd bring in some reinforcements. So, Mr. Day.
Hey, everybody.
So awkward. Okay, so we're gonna just read kind of the intro and then jump to that first section. So we're not gonna go through the whole chapter, but just kind of the first parts of it. So the chapter starts off with two little sets of dialogue that we're gonna read first. So we're gonna jump right into it. So let's say you go into a shoe store to buy a new pair of shoes. The sales clerk asks,
What kind of shoes are you looking for?
well, I'm looking for something that...
I think I know what you would like. Everyone is wearing these bad boys. Trust me.
He rushes off and comes back with the ugliest pair of shoes I've ever seen.
Just take a look at these babies.
But I really don't like them.
Everyone likes them. The hottest thing going on right now.
I'm looking for something a little different.
I promise you, you'll love them.
But I...
Listen, I've been selling shoes for 10 years.
Please don't touch me. You're a sales clerk.
And I know a good shoe when I see it.
After this experience, would you ever go to that shoe store again? Definitely not. You can't trust people who give you solutions before they understand what their needs are, or people that touch strangers. Stranger danger. But did you know that we often do the same thing when we communicate? Hey Melissa, how's it going? You look really depressed. Is something the matter?
Oh, you wouldn't understand, Colleen. You would think it's stupid.
No, I wouldn't. Tell me what's going on. I'm all ears.
Oh, I don't know.
Come on, you can tell me.
Well, okay. Things just aren't the same between Tyrone and me.
I told you not to get involved with him. I just knew this would happen.
Tyrone's not the problem.
Listen, Melissa, if I were you, I just forget about him and move on.
But Colleen, that's not how I feel.
Believe me, I know how you feel. I went through the same thing last year. Don't you remember? It practically ruined my entire year.
Just forget about it, Colleen.
Melissa, I'm only trying to help. I really want to understand. Now go on, tell me how you feel.
No.
He ad-libbed. It's our tendency to want to swoop out of the sky like Superman and solve everyone's problems before we even understand what the problem is. We simply don't listen. As the American Indian proverb goes, listen or thy tongue will make thee deaf. The key to communication and having power and influence with people can be summed up in one sentence. Seek first to understand and then to be understood. So then it goes on to talk about, it says the deepest need of the human heart, and talks all about how communication is the key and connection is the key, and everyone wants to be respected and valued as a unique individual. And then it gives this really long story that we're not going to read, it's more details.
Read it.
And then it goes into 5 poor listening styles. So we're going to talk through those 5, but quickly they're spacing out, pretend listening, selective listening, word listening, and then self-centered listening. And we're on page 168 if you're in the book. So spacing out, do you have that one?
Yeah, so spacing out is when someone's talking to us, but we ignore them because our mind is off in another galaxy. That's spaced out there. Did you catch that?
Pretend listening is more common. You're still paying attention to the other person, but you're just pretending to make insightful comments and pretending to add to the conversation. So especially if you don't understand it, if someone's like, okay, so you're going down this road, and you're on Jefferson Street, right? You know that one? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. He's bad at this. So that's pretend listening. You're just like, yeah, sure, yeah, I know Jefferson Street.
Oh, you were doing the pretend listening. I thought
I was giving you were supposed to pretend listen.
I was
Anyways,
spacing
whatever. Okay, selective listening.
Yeah, selective listening is where we pay attention to only part of the conversation that interests us. So, for example, your friend may be trying to tell you about how he feels to be in the shadow of his talented brother in the army. All you hear is the word army and say, oh yeah, the army. I've been thinking a lot about that lately.
Oh, have you? Wordless listening is when you pay attention just to the words that are coming out of someone's mouth and not actually the body language and feelings. There are some examples of that in verbal communication, but it's more common in texting or emails. Like, it's so easy to get those misconstrued because you don't actually know the tone or the body language that they're trying to say.
Yeah, for sure. I get that a lot at the office sometimes. I'll get an email from a coworker saying,
Nobody asked. Read this one.
Self-centered listening. Self-centered listening happens when you see everything from one point of view.
Your own point of view.
This is wrong. Okay, let me read this again. Self-centered listening happens when we see everything from our point of view instead of standing in another person's shoes. We want to stand. We want them to stand in ours.
Yeah, so you try to make it all about yourself. So you turn every conversation back to you. So if someone's like, oh my word, my friend is super, super annoying. She's doing this thing. And then they're like, oh yeah, I totally had that happen last year, right?
No, I did. It was bad.
Okay. So there's 3 types of self-centered listening: judging, advising, and probing. So judging happens all the time. You're making silent judgments in your head while someone's talking, and you have like your own little mental dialogue. So here we go. I had a great time with Catherine last night.
Oh, that's nice. Catherine. Why would anyone want to go out with Catherine?
I had no idea how great she was.
Oh, yeah? Oh, geez. Here we go again. You think every girl's great.
Yeah, I'm thinking about asking her to prom.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask Jessica to the prom. Are you crazy? Jessica is much better looking than Catherine.
I was, but I think I'm going to ask Catherine now.
Well, ask her out then. I'm sure you'll change your mind tomorrow.
Carl was so busy judging that he didn't hear a word Peter was saying and missed out on an opportunity to have a connection with Peter. Advising is when you give advice always back on your own experiences. So if someone's talking about, like, that was an example I gave earlier. If someone's talking about their bad friend relationship, you're like, oh yeah, I totally experienced that. Well, let me tell you all about it. And then probing is what happens in the classic parent-child relationship. So here we go.
She's going to be the parent. I'm going to be the child.
Obviously. Hey, honey, how was school today?
Fine.
How'd you do on your test?
Okay.
How are your friends?
Good.
Peter? Is
Not
he
really.
good? Do you have any plans tonight?
No.
Have you been seeing any cute girls lately?
No, Mom, just leave me alone.
Oh my goodness. What a brat. So that is the first section of the chapter, all about kind of the bad listening styles, and then we'll get into the good listening later. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a great day. Sorry about him.